Okay, what's going on there, guys? Just gonna do, I don't know, hopefully a shorter video. We'll see. Just gonna do basically a follow-up to my previous video where I laid into Vista Networks about what I believe is their mining machine that's not legitimately doing what they say it's doing. Okay, and what I noticed is as a result of that video, because it obviously struck a nerve, it got around to the business owners and that, and they're in their conference calls, like their corporate conference calls, their update calls, they're definitely talking about me, and they're doing some backpedaling on the information that they've already said in the past that's already been released. So they're doing some backpedaling that's going on. And so I'm just going to do this video here to do my analysis on the update call. And this is going to be the last video that I'm going to cover Vista Network, because like I got to get my head out of this nonsense and get back into creating valuable content for you guys, working on my website and a bunch of other things. I just got to get out of the negative side and into the positive side and leave these guys alone. So unless I get that interview from the CEO, Armen Turmerian, or anything like that, then this will be the last video that I do on Vista Network. So basically, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some clips of the conference call. If you'd like to listen to the entire conference call, just look up the January 18th conference call, because that's the one that I'm going to review. At least I'm pretty sure it's the January 18th. I'm just going to pick out a few points that are not consistent with the information they've put out in the past, and just some like really weird stuff that makes no sense. So anyway, just go the first one. If you get the entire conference call, the first clip I'll play is at 30 seconds in. So I want to get away here. Let me pop up my notes on the left, my audio player, on the right. Actually, they're reversed, but you can't see it anyway, so it's okay. So first clip that doesn't make any sense is at 30 seconds. So I'll go ahead and play. I hope I got the audio levels right too, guys. If it gets loud or quiet, I apologize, but I can't hear myself while I'm doing this, so we'll just proceed. So first clip at 30 seconds.
Shortly. So here's where we are, everybody. What transpired this week is we started last week on the transition of the migration of all the software from the current software company over to the new software company, which is CCBMLM.com. And what I love about that company, it's been around 12 years. They have over $6 million in.
Okay, so they've told us in previous conference calls, and actually at the end of this conference call, that all of their website, all of their software development is in-house, but they're transferring all of their accounts to a new company, and they mentioned the name there. So they tell you it's all in-house, and then they tell you that we're working with this company for our software, and then it's all in-house again. It's just flip-flopping. So anyway, next clip is at 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and this one's not, this is just for the purpose of confirmation, not nothing too major. I just
Technology,
wanted to point it out.
In that it's able to mine over almost 40 different altcoins that you can control daily.
Okay, so I just want to point out with that, not that that's inconsistent with anything they've said, I'm just pointing out that the device can mine, 40 different altcoins or whatever he said. So I just wanted to point out that it's not an ASIC device, and they've never claimed it's an ASIC device, but what an ASIC is an application-specific integrated circuit. So it's a machine that's very good at doing one thing, and in this case, we use ASIC miners for hashing most cryptocurrency, well, yeah, probably most cryptocurrency algorithms now, at least half of the ones that they claim this device is going to process. We use dedicated hardware for that, because obviously when you build a machine that does one function very well, usually it does that one function a lot better than a machine that does a wide array of functions. So just remember that as we proceed through this video. And later on, guys, I'll have some videos that explains mining and all that. I'm just going through this very quickly, just because I know this will probably get around to the CEO, and I'd love them to answer some of the questions that I have. I mean, for the benefit of the people who are getting involved in this. So next clip is at 4 minutes 20 seconds.
See the screen. You can plug them into a TV so you can see the screen. Matter of fact, you can even watch stream Netflix and things like that with the box if you don't have have Netflix already.
Okay, so right here it's like but wait, there's more, you know, and so now it's not just a Bitcoin miner, or sorry, it's not just a cryptocurrency miner. Now you can watch TV on it too. So just further evidence that it is not a it's not specifically a Bitcoin, or sorry, it's not specifically a cryptocurrency miner. This is a machine that's going to do a wide array of functions. Now, if it's going to do that, that means you're not just putting chips on it for mining. You need a processing chips on your hardware to do all of these other functions as well. And if you're going to make a device that does a wide array of functions, it's going to be terribly inefficient at it, right? That's just common hardware knowledge, right? Very common. That's like, you know, a video card in your computer. If you don't have a video card, a dedicated graphics GPU card, right, then what you have is something called integrated graphics, where your CPU does your video processing for you. And you'll notice if you try to do video processing on your CPU, it makes your computer run really slow. Your CPU will start running at, you know, 80%, 90%, 100% usage, because video processing takes a lot of power. So that's why there are dedicated graphics cards that do specifically process video and don't process anything else for your computer, because they do it better. And so that's just an example of how dedicated hardware works, you know, a lot better than something that does all these other functions, you know, that, you know, it's basically, it's the reason we don't mine cryptocurrencies with a personal computer anymore. Not a normal one anyway. Okay, so next clip is at 6 minutes and 30 seconds, and this one's simply in defense of myself, because I know they're talking about me. 6 minutes 30 seconds, come on. Why? I click 6:30 and it comes back. Okay, 6:25, close enough.
Hey, look, it really is working, and it really is putting the Bitcoin directly into my wallet. Because that was one of the things that we've heard other people say, oh, this thing is not really going to put the Bitcoin in your wallet. The company's just telling you that. Well, we heard it from the...
Okay, so in there they are, because in my last video and because a lot of you viewers did, you know, start inboxing them and asking them questions, they're speaking as if I said that nobody's going to get paid, right? And I've never said that whatsoever. I'll tell you right now, I wholeheartedly believe they are building a network marketing company. I wholeheartedly believe that they are going to pay people according to their compensation plan. At no time have I ever said that people aren't going to get paid. All I've said is that the device is not doing what they say it's doing. Okay, at the end of this video, I'll tell you what I think is actually happening. But let's keep going here. So my next clip is at 10 minutes 40 seconds.
That's exclusive of patent pending. We have a patent pending compensation plan that our team with Paul Morris put together, and it's just genius as a compensation plan. I've never seen a compensation plan that...
Okay, I just pause that for a second. So they have a patent pending compensation plan. I don't know how you patent a compensation plan, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that, because I don't know. So let's just kind of keep listening here.
You know, involves just everything, especially foundational. You know, I look at two very big companies that have this comp plan, and all merged in one. You know, it's super.
So there's two big companies that have this compensation plan, but they have a patent pending compensation plan. Okay. Doesn't make much sense. So I think I wrote here through to the 12th minute, so I'll just keep playing this for this clip. And the other two companies, actually, there's another video that's on YouTube. You can go ahead and look for it. I forget the date of this call, but Armen says that they are following the BitConnect model exactly. Go search what happened to BitConnect. But that's what Armen said, and you can go look up that video on YouTube as well. Because it's all over YouTube. Actually, I should have put that clip in here since I'm making the claim, but I'll make that claim. He said it. They're following the BitConnect model exactly. So hopefully they change that model or something. Well, probably not, because they're saying 2 other companies have this compensation plan. I'll assume he's still talking about BitConnect, but he talked about BitConnect and another company, which both had problems. Okay, so
amazing. But we have also the best leadership out there. We have you guys. There's hundreds of people on this call right now. There's a lot of people, and all of you, most of you are super professional network marketers. And sometimes I listen to you guys, and I'm just amazed, you know, how professional you are in a industry that's a pocket industry, but it's a big industry, almost 200 million in global revenues, the direct.
Okay, so anyway, he goes on, he says the word professional about, I don't know, 10 times or something like that at this part. And Armen spent all his time talking about being professional, but he's on my Facebook commenting on my videos, saying I look like a crackhead, and all kinds of other things that, you know, like, I don't care if he's doing it. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I always say I have broad shoulders, you know, like I worked as, you know, for a small business doing custom cabinetry for 12 years on a crew of 4 guys, and, you know, with the stress and everything, like, I'm just, you can call me whatever you want. You're not hurting my feelings. But all this talk about being professional and the things that he did on my Facebook wall were pretty unprofessional. So my next clip's at 12 minutes 30 seconds. Come on. Okay.
Most number of people achieve the status of becoming Bitcoin millionaires. So there's one thing in particular I would like to touch on. And some of this, you know, maybe most of this is my fault. You know, we get really excited. So I like to apologize for this. You know, I'm a very straightforward guy and very humble guy. I might be the CEO of Vista, but I'm just another guy that's worked really hard and put together something incredible, and been blessed to have good co-founders and blessed to be to have had.
Yes, that's the first part of it where he's apologizing. Okay, for this. I mean, I just skipped ahead about maybe 15, 20 seconds. Oh, now my player died.
You know, maybe we overstated on some of the, some of the incomes that it can bring from mining activity. And, you know, and I say that because, you know.
Okay, so they've overstated the income it can bring. And Armen did do that. I mean, we have him on video saying that it's going to make $400 to $500 to $600 a month. And then he was on my Facebook telling me that it'll make about $200 a month. And so he's apologizing for overstating the income. So admission that they're, you know, overstating, they're over-promising what it's actually going to do, right? At least what it's going to do legitimately. Look, I don't know how much you guys are going to get paid from the compensation plan and all that side of it. I don't know. I'll get into what I think is going on with the mining at the end of the video and where you're actually going to get paid from. I believe you guys are going to get paid, but it's not coming from any work that's being done on this device. That is, I wholeheartedly believe at this point. Okay, so next clip's at 13 minutes 50 seconds. Oh, I'm pretty well at 13 minutes 50 seconds. I'll just hit play.
I might have said $300 or $400. It could do $500. Really, you know, that's probably not the safest thing to do. So what I'd like to do on this call is set the record straight. The mini miner is designed.
Okay, so it's not safe to claim how much it can earn. So if you guys are promoting Vista, make sure you don't tell anybody how much it can earn. right? So, moving on.
To under-promise and over.
Okay, so my next clip will be 14 minutes, 50 seconds.
Shuttle, this rocket into the space. Let's under-promise and over-deliver. So some people were asking me, well, how much then should we tell people that mini miner can produce? Well, let's under-promise and over-deliver. Don't say 200, don't say 300, don't say 400, because remember, it's mining 40 different coins. 40 different coins, and sometimes it will mine one coin better than the other coin. Sometimes it'll make more on one coin than the other coin can. And we'll wait for Raj's recommendation. You can choose a coin, like Raj said yesterday.
Okay, so, I mean, we understand that. I mean, those of you who have done mining before, if you mine one coin, it might be more or less profitable than another coin. No disputes with that whatsoever. I was just pointing out there that, you know, they're backpedaling on the claims they've already made, right? So, hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yesterday, and you can put your wallet in mine, and then you can disconnect from that coin and then go choose another coin instead and continue mining the rest of the week with something maybe better, that mines better, that returns better. So it's better to say that it can mine up to, you know, up to, let's say it mines up to $150. Let's say it mines up to $200. Let's say it mines up to $100, but what if it over delivers with the technology we have, with the hash power behind?
Okay, yeah, the next part I'll put separately, but okay, so I had a good laugh about that. Up to, you know, let's mine up to a certain amount. Well, what difference does it make if you say it'll make around $200 a month or it'll make up to $200 a month? What's the difference? The dollar values are irrelevant anyway. I mean, I'll talk about that when I'm done here. But, okay, so I'm at 16 minutes now, and they're talking about hash power. And this part, I had a good laugh about. Because it's like, shake my head. I had a good laugh anyway. Okay, carrying on, playing.
Dollars, but what if it over delivers with the technology we have, with the hash power behind it, where you can put some firepower behind it, the real hash power 100, the hash power 200. There's about 6 different hash powers you can opt in for.
Okay, so what's a hash power 100, a hash power 200? And then he says there's 6 different hash powers you can opt in for. Mining is done on a piece of hardware, okay? I don't care if it's this piece of hardware that I showed you guys before, a video card, an ASIC mining rig, okay? And I'm going to show you guys all this because I have an ASIC on order. I have an Antminer A3 on order. I also have 6 NVIDIA GTX 1070s on order and a board for mining, and I'm going to be documenting all that journey as well. I used to do mining, and I'm getting back into it. But mining is a piece of hardware. If it's this piece of hardware, whatever, mines at a certain hash rate, okay? And your software, okay, may, you know, increase or decrease that performance maybe by 10%. But it's not, you can't just go and click, load up and go and click a button and say, oh, I want to double my hash power. Click, I'm going to go 2 times. You know, or oh, I want to run it at 10 times and click 10 times. It doesn't work like that. It's limited by whatever the processing limitation is of the hardware device that you're using, whether that be an ASIC or a GPU rig or a CPU or whatever mining machine. It's limited by the hardware. So you can't just click a button and say I want more hash power. You got to physically add something to your hardware in order to make it hash faster. Moving on, I'm just going to hit play here. This is where they start to get kind of interesting.
And you can give it some more horsepower and it can mine up to something different. We're going to be having that available with the mini miner because on its own, remember, it can do so much. It's pretty impressive what it does. It's pretty impressive. But when we are adding hash power, real hash power behind it, it can do wonders.
So now the machine can only do so much, and you have to add hash power behind it. I want to puke. That's all I want to do is puke when I hear that. Like, bleh. That's all that is. Like, you can't add. I can't buy a piece of hardware and then I want to add hash power behind it without buying another piece of hardware. That's how hardware works. And again, at the end of the video, I'll tell you what I think is going on. Okay, I'm gonna skip that one. 19:25. 19 minutes 25 seconds. Okay, playing.
Pounds of 15, you can't really guarantee that there are other variables on there. And one of the variables I love is our hash power. The reason we have different levels of hash power is because that does have a direct effect on how well this mines. So that's why we have our different levels of hash power. You're going to see that when you go to log out, you get to pick the hash power that you'll be able to use with that particular device, and that will have an effect on how well it mines.
Okay, so there you go. That wasn't Armen. That was, I don't know his name, but he's one of the other tech guys with the company. I forget his name. Sorry, I don't know, but he's one of the official guys for the company anyway. And so again, we're just confirming that there's different levels of hash power, and you have to pick your hash power. Moving on. And I'm just playing from the current location. We're about 19 minutes 50 seconds. And we're going to confirm here what I just said about hardware and how you have to add hardware.
You know, probably the easiest way to think about that, Scott, is RAM. When you buy a computer, you can say, hey, it's not working as fast, or it's not storing as much. So you have to upgrade the computer. And that's sort of what we're doing here with our hash power.
Okay, so you have to upgrade. He's talking about RAM in a computer and how if your computer's getting slow and it's not doing the things you want, well, you add more RAM so that you can, increase, what your computer can do. And while that's a great example, and it's absolutely true what he said, in order to upgrade a hardware device, okay, and add more hash power to it and make it do more than it already does, you need to add something physically to the device. You can't just click a button and opt in for a hash power pack to make a device operate faster. Okay, you see what I mean? Okay, so, and then one more point I was going to cover here at 20 minutes and 40 seconds, and that's it. And then I'll tell you what I think is going on.
So important that we are going to use our testimonials, and that we always say up to, and that the other factor is the hash power. Scott, you want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, real quick, I'll jump back on there with you. I know everybody's looking for a few updates. I know me and you and Brent, we stayed up till about midnight there last night with Armen, even though we all had to get up about 3 this morning to take off and leave. We're all hungry for information, and even when you're...
I'll skip that one because that wasn't anything important. I was I got the wrong time signature. I must have mistyped there. I had 20 minutes 40 seconds. It's got to be somewhere else, but I think it was Armen. It was one of them talking about how the company is so transparent, but they say they're keeping the miner secret. So they've said before that the miner that they've revealed. So the one that Armen held up in video and showed you the Ethernet port, the USB ports, where you plug in your TV, where you plug in your power, right? I guess that's not the miner. That's a prototype, and that's fine. So it's a prototype, but he did claim to me this. Here, actually, I'm going to open up. Give me a new file explorer. I think I have that. Oh, it's going to take me a while to find. There's a whole bunch of... this is the one right here. Okay. This is where... Remember, guys, I said it was a Raspberry Pi? So he says here, if you're so good as you claim you are, this is what Armen says to me. I think I missed his name there, but Armen said it to me. How come I can't see the top? That should be... There, yeah, now you can see. Armen Turmerian. Okay, whatever. If you're so good as you claim you are, then take the RPI, Raspberry Pi, and make it mine. Can you? I can. But he says we can, we did, and much more. So he confirmed to me right there that the miner is a Raspberry Pi. Or at least the prototype's a Raspberry Pi. Okay, so if the prototype is a Raspberry Pi, then the final device is going to be either a Raspberry Pi or something similar to a Raspberry Pi. Otherwise, you wouldn't prototype with a Raspberry Pi. So he confirmed to me that it's a Raspberry Pi or similar device by saying that, okay? And I mean, here it is again, him holding it. It's an updated version of this thing, but or it's a similar device, because there's other companies that make Tinkerboards. We call this is a Tinkerboard. That's like more of your generic name to call it, and Raspberry is one of the companies that produce Tinkerboards, and there's a bunch of others. And again, that was the illustration of it. And go to raspberrypi.org and just go look at it. That's exactly the board layout of a Raspberry Pi to a T. And that's what he showed you on camera. Moving on anyway. Let me just close this down. So guys, basically what I think is happening here. The device is their gimmick. Okay, this is of course my opinion. This is based on the evidence that I've gathered, the evidence I presented. The device that they're selling, not this device, but the device that they are going to sell you is merely a gimmick. Alright, in order to get around the SEC regulations, okay? What I believe they are doing is creating a cloud mining company. Alright, so I mean they've actually, I should have that. Oh, I didn't show you guys that. I'm not on screen share. Here, let me flip the screen share. I should have flipped the screen share first. Okay, there. This is what I was showing you guys, where Armen said, take the RPI and make it mine. Can you? We can. We did, and much more. That's what I meant by, sorry, I wasn't on screen share, but that's what I meant by, he confirmed to me that it's a Raspberry Pi or a similar device. Now what I wanted to do, oops, my thing's chunking out. Who is this guy? Here's him being unprofessional. Of course he blocked me on Facebook, so I can't get this on Facebook anymore. I'm looking for something specific. Come to corporate. I told him I didn't want to travel down because I didn't have a passport, but I called him a bunch of names too. He called me a bunch of names. Whatever, I don't care. Do you think you can attract professionals? I don't care if I attract professionals or not. We don't like MLM. And if you look at his, he has 3 profiles on Facebook, and all of his jobs are MLM companies. But he says, we don't like MLM. Okay. Here's him telling me to get an RPI and make it mine. I'm looking for something specific here. I call them a bunch of names. I think we, first idiot who fell for a bait. Doesn't make any sense. I can't find it. All MLM jobs anyway. But he doesn't like MLM. Okay, I'm going to get off this. Obviously, I didn't save that screenshot. That's okay. That's okay. I can let that part go. But guys, so anyway. Well, he was actually in the conference call where... oh, yeah, that's right. I covered that in one of my videos. I think it's the video I took down. But Armen had said that Bitmain is their partners, and they're buying commercial mining equipment from, well, he didn't say from Bitmain, but they're buying commercial equipment from China. And I'm sure I can get that clip. I got that clip here too. Commercial miners. Actually, I got it to YouTube with the time signature. Boom. Boom. 2 seconds. Paste and go.
Miners plugged into that pool. And of course, we also bought some of those big commercial machines from China. We have those coming. We're going to plug those also into the Vista mining pool. And if there's other...
Okay, so right there you can hear him say that they're buying commercial miners from China. If their miner was so much better, it mined so much more cryptocurrency, all right, it used so way less power, why are they buying commercial equipment from China, all right, instead of running their own device that they're selling to you. That's a big, big red flag, guys. Big red flag. All right. So here's what I think is going on. Okay. They're running a cloud mining company. They're setting up a data center with a bunch of commercial mining equipment. So they'll buy like Antminer S9s, Antminer L3 Plus. Is that what it's called? The Litecoin miner, the script miner. They'll probably buy a bunch of GPU rigs. Maybe some Dash miners, maybe some other ones. I have no idea. But so they're going to buy some commercial mining equipment that Armen said, right? And that's on camera as well. Look up official Vista pre-launch webinar with corporate staff and go to about 24 minutes in. And that's where he says it. So they're buying commercial equipment. They're going to set up a data center with a bunch of commercial miners instead of using their own device. Right? So they're selling you a device that they're not going to use, and instead they're going to use something else. They're going to sell you a device, which is the gimmick, to make you think that you have a Bitcoin miner. What's going to happen? You're going to use it. You're going to log in, just like they say. You're going to set it up, pick the coin you want to mine. It's going to look like it's mining, right? It's going to look like it's hashing, look like it's mining. You're going to see money come into your wallet. You're going to get paid. But the hashing is not going to be done on the device that you have in your home. They're setting up a data center with a bunch of commercial miners. So they are going to sell you hash power, which is probably what the hash power 100, hash power 200, and these 6 different hash power levels that they have for you to pick from. So they're going to sell you hash rate from their data center, okay? And they're going to do the hashing in their data center. This device is simply a mini computer, right, that you're going to use with their software preloaded into it that connects to their mining pool or to their interface to connect to their mining pool, all right, where you log into your account, and it's going to look like it's mining. But the actual mining is going to take place in Vista's data center on their commercial mining equipment. So this part's just a gimmick. Yeah, you're probably going to make money. Yeah, it's probably going to look like it's mining. Yeah, you're going to get cryptocurrencies in your wallet. Never denied that part. But the mining is not happening on your device. It's happening in the Vista data center on their commercial mining equipment. That is my analysis, all right, through the process of deductive reasoning, for the most part, a little bit of research and then some deductive reasoning. You know, just think logically, guys. Look at all the backpedaling. Look at how many times Armen said on my Facebook post that I never said that, I never said that. And it's on video where he said all the things he says that, you know, he never said. Just like Donald Trump, basically. Yeah, guys. So just remember, guys, do your own research, right? Don't believe everything I say. It's very, very important you do your own research before you get into anything. Vista could very well turning into a great network marketing company. I mean, obviously there's a lot of, you know, marketing going on behind them. Armen seems like a great network marketer. Okay, I'll give him that much. I don't hate the guy. I don't like him for swindling people who don't know about the technology. But there's nothing I can really do about that, and that's okay. I would still love to get the interview, and if I can get the interview, then I will do another video about it. Otherwise, I'm done with this subject, and I'm moving on to bigger and better things, guys, because I got my website I'm working on. I got content I've got to put out for this YouTube channel. I got another website I have to fix. I got my miners coming in. I still got to do my wiring from my power panel to upstairs where I'm going to have my mining farm set up. So that's all stuff I'm going to document as well. I don't know, maybe I can do a video of me actually doing, you know, the wiring and everything, you know. So that'd be kind of fun. I might as well document the entire journey, right? Because that's what I'm doing here with this project. You know, basically to show people and spread awareness of, you know, what cryptocurrencies are, what mining is, how to do it. Obviously with a disclaimer that you know, don't electrocute yourself and don't light your house on fire and don't lose all your money. wealth generators safe site to mine through. I don't know anything about wealth generators, to be honest. I've had people show it to me. If I remember correctly, they were about three times over the market price for the hash rate you could buy at another company. I mean, that's the reason that I recommend the company that I use. I should have put that affiliate link in this video too. Probably will after it's done and on my YouTube channel. But yeah, I use Hashflare. If you go to some of my other videos, I actually have a video on my channel that tells you all about Hashflare, and that's the one I recommend because of the pricing. I can't say anything bad about wealth generators. I don't know much about them, but I looked at their pricing structure and it was something like 3 times what I pay. So I calculated an ROI on them at like taking almost a year, whereas ROI on Hashflare was calculated out to like 4 months, something like that. Oh, my dog's gonna bark. Quit it. No bark. Especially while Dad's live. Yeah. Say hello. You say hello? Anyway, yeah, so I can't say anything bad about wealth generators. Any other questions, guys? And go from there. Yeah, go ahead and hit up my video on my channel. Talks about it's my Hashflare Day 1 video. Yeah, Hashflare Day 1, and it tells you all about Hashflare. But I mean, wealth generators, they definitely have they have an MLM compensation plan. So if you're looking for MLM, which I'm not, but if you're looking for an MLM, then I mean, there's wealth generators, there's BitClub, there's Dragon Mining, which also has another name. There's a few others as well. It's just I'm not looking for MLM. I don't care about the compensation plan. I'm more concerned with the price. And how fast I can return my money from mining, and I care very little about the compensation plan. Hashflare just has a straight up 10% commission on direct sales, and that's it. No multi-level marketing, no fancy compensation plan. I just explain the entire compensation plan to you. That's it, 10% straight up. And I love that because it gets away from all of the regulations surrounding that are going after MLM selling securities. So in the case of Hashflare, they're selling something that is a specific service. They're selling you a specific hash rate and the service of maintaining it for you. So they're selling a service and not a security. In my opinion, this is not financial advice. I'm not a lawyer. So, but that's how I understand it. Hashflare takes U.S. clients. You don't have to hide your ID identification from them. Just go. So. Yeah. All right, guys, I'll go ahead. I'm going to wrap up this video here right now. And yeah, always do your own research, guys. Stay safe, stay profitable. Don't part with your money unless you feel comfortable with where it's going. Understand? So ciao for now, guys. See you on the next.